Hi, and welcome to the Career Chat Roundup. I'm Amanda the Bizgal, the moderator of Career Chat, held every Tuesday from 12 to 1 Central Standard Time. My Twitter name is @BizMeBizgal, so you can't miss me. And every week we have a different topic. So this past week we talked about managing in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what the question is, and then I've picked out the best tips for each question. So question number 1, have you ever managed from the middle without being a manager? Career Tips said, making things happen is always a great way of managing everyone around you. It shows results. Dave Uturn said, when managing your boss, make sure to be respectful. They are still the boss and titles build egos. Learn Development LLC, she wrote, I have and found to effectively manage upward, you must understand your boss and refrain from emotionally based assessments. Tom Bolt wrote, managing upward is a test of professional maturity. Benefits to the greater good is more important than ego. Recruiter AT wrote, I'm a go-to person for my team. They come to me, I listen, and take their ideas, concerns, successes, etc. to our manager. Now, Recruiter AT, awesome job because you are effectively managing in the middle. But what you can see the trend is you must make sure that you are careful about managing your boss's ego, because oftentimes, like they said, titles carry big egos. And if you start stepping on other people's toes, especially your manager, it's not going to end in your favor. All right, question 2. What was your strategy or what advice would you give to someone looking to do so? Meaning, what advice would you give to someone that's looking to try to manage in the middle? Career Tips wrote, managing up is also a great test of your manager's quality and security. Aggressive reaction to initiative is a red flag. Inside Jobs wrote, true to Career Tips tip, true, but be careful that initiative doesn't become pushiness. And I think that's a really good point because you need to make sure that your views and opinions are being accepted by the entire group instead of coming off as pushy or aggressive or trying to step on too many toes way too fast. All right, question number 3. What do you do if you receive pushback from your coworkers or managers? David Gaspin joined us then, and he said, if you get pushback, think about what you said and decide if you want to keep pushing it or if maybe they're right. Company Matching wrote, you may need to revise your management approach. Ensure that your approach is cordial and not adversarial. David Gaspin also wrote, if you assume someone else's ego is driving pushback, chances are your own ego is getting in the way. Tom Bolt wrote, depends on reason for pushback. Could there be ego getting in the way, but don't assume that. Must evaluate your own actions. So make sure that if you are getting pushback, that you are mature enough and professional enough to take a step back, observe the group again, and find out how do they like to be approached? How do they like to be managed? Because obviously if you are getting pushback, you're not managing effectively. The last question was, how can managing from the middle help your career? Company Matching wrote, it can help you develop your management approach and skills for future roles. You can see what works and what doesn't work. Career Tips wrote to David Gaspin, doing everything to avoid being fired means doing nothing for your career and yourself. And the thing that I loved about this is oftentimes we are afraid to step out of our comfort zone and kind of step on some toes to get where we need to get. You do need to take initiative. You do need to step up as a leader so that people recognize you from the beginning as this is someone that wants my job. Ann Messenger wrote, successful management of tasks plus people plus politics from the middle equal all the elements of career advancement. So that is our Career Chat Roundup. It was really fun reading through all of the comments, and I cannot thank you guys enough for joining us every week because there is some great insight. So again, you can join Career Chat on Twitter every Tuesday from 12 to 1 Central Standard Time. And I am @BizMeBizgal, your moderator. Thanks so much for tuning in.